You beg the universe for money while standing on a fortune you cannot see. You chase abundance outside yourself while the very substance of wealth pulses through your consciousness with every heartbeat. You pray for financial breakthrough while denying the cosmic truth that will transform everything. You are money expressing itself in human form. Today, we shatter the illusion of separation between you and abundance, revealing why money flows effortlessly to those who understand their divine identity as the very substance they seek to attract. Every dollar that exists emerged from the same infinite source that created your consciousness. Fortunes built throughout history manifested through human awareness that recognized its unity with unlimited supply. Financial empires arose from someone who understood that money responds to consciousness because consciousness is money in its purest creative form. When you grasp this fundamental truth, you stop begging external forces for resources and start commanding internal forces that create resources from pure thought substance. The desperation you feel around money exists only because you believe yourself separate from abundance. You approach wealth as an outsider requesting entry into a kingdom where you imagine yourself unwelcome. But this poverty consciousness creates the exact opposite of what you intend. Money flows away from the vibration of lack and scarcity because abundance cannot remain where it feels rejected, feared, or desperately pursued. Money operates according to spiritual law that responds to consciousness, not effort. When you understand that your awareness is the creative force that transforms invisible substance into visible supply, you become the master of money rather than its servant. Your thoughts become the mold that shapes infinite substance into financial demonstration. Your beliefs become the magnet that draws corresponding experiences into your reality. The biblical revelation confirms this profound truth with mathematical precision. I am that I am. The name of God revealed to Moses represents the creative power operating through individual consciousness. When you declare, I am money, you activate the same divine force that spoke universes into existence. This declaration transforms your identity from someone who needs money into someone who is money, expressing itself through human form. Mark Cuban's extraordinary transformation from selling garbage bags door to door to billionaire entrepreneur demonstrates that consciousness creates financial reality through aligned thinking and action. Cuban recognized that his awareness was the organizing principle through which business empire manifested. Instead of seeing himself as separate from wealth, he identified completely with abundance, until his consciousness became identical with the financial success he desired to experience. Cuban's breakthrough came when he stopped thinking about money as something external to acquire and started experiencing money as something internal to express. He understood that his thoughts were the raw material from which fortunes are built. His decisions were the blueprint from which enterprises emerge, and his consciousness was the power source from which all manifestation flows. Cuban proved that when you become money in consciousness, money becomes you in experience. His success illustrates that wealth consciousness creates wealth circumstances with absolute reliability. Cuban attracted the exact people, opportunities, and resources needed to build his empire because his awareness had become a perfect match for the abundance he experienced. His financial demonstration emerged from identity transformation rather than strategic planning. He became wealthy in consciousness before becoming wealthy in bank accounts. Your relationship with money reflects your relationship with your own divine nature. When you see yourself as limited, you experience financial limitation. When you recognize yourself as unlimited divine expression, you experience unlimited financial flow. Money becomes the physical demonstration of whatever consciousness you consistently maintain about your own infinite worth and creative capacity. The poverty programming that keeps you struggling originated from people who never understood their own divine abundance. Parents who feared lack taught you to fear lack. Teachers who believed in limitation encouraged you to accept limitation. Religious authorities who confused poverty with piety convinced you that money was somehow unspiritual or dangerous. But these beliefs represent inherited ignorance rather than spiritual truth. Divine intelligence created money as a system for exchanging energy, creativity, and value. Money itself carries no moral charge. It simply responds to consciousness like any other substance in creation. When you approach money from love, gratitude, and confident expectation, it flows toward you with increasing velocity. When you approach money from fear, guilt, or desperate need, it flows away from you with equal force. The story of the widow's mite demonstrates this principle operating through biblical consciousness. When Jesus observed people giving offerings at the temple, he noted that the wealthy gave large amounts from their abundance, while the poor widow gave 2 small coins, representing everything she possessed. Jesus declared that her offering was greater because she gave from faith rather than excess, from trust rather than calculation. The widow understood that consciousness creates supply rather than supply creating consciousness. Her willingness to give everything demonstrated absolute faith that divine intelligence would continue providing through her awareness of unlimited source. She recognized that money flows through consciousness that trusts infinite supply rather than hoarding finite resources. Her demonstration proved that abundance consciousness multiplies whatever it touches, regardless of the amounts involved. Divine intelligence operates through the I Am presence within your consciousness, creating experiences that match whatever you claim to be. When you declare, I am poor, poverty appears to validate your statement. When you affirm, I am abundant, abundance manifests to confirm your declaration. When you recognize, I am money, financial flow accelerates because you have aligned your identity with wealth itself. Now I invite you to activate this transformative power by writing in the comments below. I am unlimited money. When you make this declaration publicly, you anchor wealth consciousness in physical reality through written word that carries creative force. Your affirmation becomes a covenant with cosmic intelligence that obligates the universe to demonstrate the truth you have proclaimed. This simple act transforms abstract spiritual principle into active manifestation law that reorganizes your entire financial experience. Every thought you think about money either reinforces abundance consciousness or scarcity consciousness. There exists no neutral ground in financial manifestation. Your mental activity either attracts money or repels it through the vibration you consistently broadcast. Guard your thoughts about wealth as carefully as you guard physical treasures, because mental currency creates material currency through spiritual law that never fails. The marketplace validates this principle repeatedly through individuals who transformed their financial reality by transforming their money consciousness. Jeff Bezos built his empire through understanding that consciousness creates wealth rather than circumstances creating wealth. His decision to start Amazon in a garage while leaving a lucrative Wall Street career reflects deep recognition that financial success flows from consciousness that operates independently of external conditions. Bezos demonstrated that money consciousness sees opportunity, where poverty consciousness sees only problems. When critics dismissed online retail as a fad and investors fled during the dot-com crash, Bezos remained anchored in abundance consciousness that trusted long-term vision over short-term appearances. His wealth accumulated through consciousness that trusted infinite intelligence to guide business decisions rather than relying on conventional retail wisdom alone. Bezos' success proves that money flows to consciousness that maintains unwavering faith in abundance, regardless of temporary appearances. His business philosophy reflects understanding that wealth consciousness creates wealthy circumstances through spiritual law that transcends market manipulation. He became wealthy by becoming money consciousness, thinking like unlimited possibility, feeling like exponential growth, and acting from infinite supply rather than limited resources. Your consciousness operates as a broadcasting station that continuously transmits signals, attracting corresponding financial experiences. When you broadcast abundance, you attract abundance. When you broadcast lack, you attract lack. When you broadcast I am money, you attract money, because the universe responds to identity declarations with mathematical precision. Transform your internal dialogue about money from begging to commanding, from hoping to knowing, from trying to being. Instead of saying, I need money, declare, money needs me to express through my consciousness. Rather than affirming, I want abundance, proclaim, I am abundance seeking physical demonstration. Replace "money is hard to get" with "money flows easily to consciousness that welcomes it." The biblical account of Jesus feeding the 5,000 reveals divine expectation that consciousness multiplies substance through recognition of abundance rather than limitation. When faced with thousands of hungry people and only 5 loaves and 2 fish, the disciples saw impossibility, while Jesus saw infinite supply. His consciousness recognized that divine intelligence operates through awareness that knows no lack, transforming small substance into abundant provision through spiritual multiplication. This demonstration teaches that divine intelligence expects profitable returns on its investment in your consciousness. Every talent, gift, and creative capacity represents cosmic capital that must be multiplied through confident expression rather than diminished through fearful hiding. When you recognize yourself as steward of infinite resources rather than victim of finite circumstances, money flows through your awareness like water through an open channel. Align with divine expectation and declare with absolute conviction, "I multiply divine abundance through bold expression of my infinite creative capacity." When you embrace this truth, you transform from someone who hoards resources into someone who circulates wealth, creating prosperity for yourself and everyone whose life you touch. Money flows to consciousness that maintains grateful expectation rather than anxious watching. Gratitude for wealth before it appears creates the magnetic field that attracts swift demonstration of what you appreciate in advance. When you thank divine intelligence for the abundance flowing toward you, you establish the receiving consciousness that enables money to find you regardless of current circumstances. Release the exhausting pattern of monitoring external conditions to determine your financial worth. Your bank balance represents past thinking, not present possibility. Current circumstances reflect yesterday's consciousness, not today's creative potential. Future abundance depends on the wealth consciousness you maintain now, regardless of temporary appearances that contradict your divine inheritance. The biblical promise declares that all things are possible to him that believeth, including the financial abundance that seems impossible from human perspective. This faith operates through consciousness that knows its unity with infinite supply, rather than separation from desired resources. When you believe in your oneness with money, money believes in its oneness with you, creating the mutual attraction that manifests as effortless financial flow. Divine intelligence has already prepared every resource you need for magnificent abundance, because your consciousness represents its investment in physical demonstration. Every dollar that will flow to you already exists in infinite mind, waiting for your awareness to claim it through confident recognition of your divine worth. Your job involves maintaining the consciousness that enables this prepared abundance to manifest through perfect channels and divine timing. Stop separating yourself from money through thoughts of unworthiness, impossibility, or limitation. Start identifying completely with abundance through consistent recognition that consciousness creates financial reality. Your awareness operates as the golden mold that shapes infinite substance into golden demonstration of wealth that exceeds your human imagination. Money consciousness operates through persistent recognition of your divine identity as unlimited creative power, expressing through individual awareness. When you maintain this recognition, despite temporary appearances, you become an irresistible magnet for financial abundance, because you vibrate at the exact frequency that money seeks for its expression. Wealth flows to consciousness that provides the perfect vehicle for abundance to demonstrate its infinite nature. The cosmic truth that transforms everything stands revealed. Money flows to you because you are money expressing itself through human consciousness. You represent infinite abundance, individualized, unlimited supply, personalized, cosmic wealth focused through your divine awareness. When you align with this magnificent reality, every force in existence conspires to demonstrate the abundance that has always been your divine inheritance. Embrace the revolutionary understanding that seeking money outside yourself ends the moment you recognize money as yourself. Your consciousness becomes the unlimited bank account from which all demonstration flows. Your thoughts become the checks you write on infinite resources. Your beliefs become the credit limit established by divine intelligence that knows no boundaries. Step boldly into the powerful knowing that wealth consciousness creates wealthy circumstances through spiritual law that operates with absolute reliability. Trust the infinite supply that flows through your awareness when you stop blocking it with thoughts of separation, limitation, or unworthiness. Your financial abundance begins the moment you stop being someone who needs money and start being someone who is money seeking perfect expression. Claim your cosmic inheritance as unlimited creative power that transforms thought into thing, consciousness into cash, awareness into abundance that serves both yourself and the world through your magnificent demonstration of divine prosperity. Money flows to you because you are the very source from which all money flows. Declare with absolute authority, I am money, expressing as unlimited abundance through my divine consciousness, and wealth flows to me as naturally as breath flows through my body. Trust the infinite intelligence that created you as the perfect channel for demonstrating prosperity beyond your wildest dreams. Your time as unlimited money magnet begins now. Every financial demonstration you have ever desired awaits your conscious recognition that you in abundance are one unified field of infinite creative possibility. Money flows to you because you are money in its highest, most powerful form, divine consciousness expressing unlimited abundance through your magnificent human experience.